have food at home. Oh dear. Hey guys, the cat feeder just went off if you heard it. This is going to be a weekend vlog. I had originally planned for this to be the weekend that I painted my bathroom. I don't know if I've left time for that. Tonight, so this week, I had 2 migraines. I had a migraine on Monday and then a migraine on Wednesday night after I got home from work. So Monday was a wash. Wednesday night, which is normally when I do a fair amount of chores, was a wash. So, and then Thursday I went over to my friend's house for dinner and we watched Fast and Furious because her internet was out. Because her new puppy chewed through the power cord for her Wi-Fi modem. So I have not touched anything in my apartment since Tuesday, and you can tell. And like things have just been flung everywhere. So tonight I need to reset. So, and like just get things tidy so I can actually like think. So I'm out of my frozen cookie dough balls. So I have the 2 like extra ingredients that I need. Oh, I might need more butter. I might have just enough, but I might need more butter. Otherwise, I know I have enough like flour, sugar, baking powder, etc. So there's that. And then I'm out of my smoothie ingredients. So I got cottage cheese. And then we're having a sale on frozen fruit. So my favorite berry fruit combo for a smoothie is, my smoothie recipe uses 1.5 cups. So I do 1 cup of the berry blend and 1/2 cup of dark sweet cherries, and it's delicious. My mother put me on that. I cannot take credit. My freezer's not big enough for this. And as much as I would like to, I am not allowed to order food tonight or like buy frozen pizza at the grocery store because I have so much food in my fridge that I need to eat. I got 2 Too Good To Go, which if you're not on that app and you live in a major city, you should be. It's essentially grocery stores and restaurants that have food that will go to waste. Like they're gonna throw it out. They can't sell it anymore, but it's still edible. So this app got together. I don't know how they managed to make it so successful, but they did. They got together and now the grocery stores and restaurants will like bag up whatever they can't sell, put it on the app for $5, $6, $7, $8.99 is the average prices I've been seeing. So I got 2 Eataly bags, a bakery bag and a produce bag, each $5.99. I got 2 small like snack size, meal size focaccias, a big focaccia and a loaf of bread in my bakery one, and then I got 2 bell peppers, coleslaw mix, like a broccoli roasted vegetable kit, and then like a whole thing of cut bell peppers. I have a shit ton of bell peppers. And then I have leftovers from the food this week because I hadn't originally planned on going to my friend's last night. So I need to eat the food in my fridge. We have food at home. Tonight, I need to go down to the pet store and buy a bag of cat litter and see if they have the filters for his water fountain. Because I'm out of the like white filter. I have more of the black filter. There's 2 parts to the filter. And I don't want to order them on Amazon, but I will if I have to. And then I need to do laundry. And then I think we're going to clear out my work bags. I have a couple packages that have arrived because I did a little online shopping. And I allowed myself to succumb to the influences of dressing for living in a city. But I haven't done that yet. So this is my first clothing haul order, like big order. I've gotten like, you know, like a top, a dress here and there, some pajamas, socks. But like this is the first time I've really like done a wardrobe refresh. And I will need to do one for fall winter because my fall winter wardrobe is not big enough to like get me through laundry. I also really need to buy some underwear, but that's a later problem. So we'll try those things on. We'll empty my work bags. We'll do some tidying up. We'll put my shoes away because the shoe pile by the door is insane. And then we'll probably need to eat some dinner by then. So I kind of hit like a breaking point with my wardrobe. This on a few things this year. I've already talked about pajamas and socks. I did all of that at Joe Fresh. Athletic wear is another point that I'm like too embarrassed to sign up for a workout class because my athletic wear is in such a pitiful, like disgusting state. So and then if you watch my monthly reset, you know that I had not one, but two of my 3 bras pop and underwire in the month of May. So I purchased 3 bras from a company called Glamorize. It is an American company. I did not do my due diligence in trying to find a Canadian brand. And to be honest, I assumed they were British, which I shouldn't have because there's no U in their name. So the 2 bras, like the regular bras, I've already worn this week to work, but this is the new sports bra. I'm chucking this one. But what I like is they have this like internal shelf thing that like really, if you have a large, this is for the large chested girls. If you have a large chest, you know that it like sits against your skin of your like rib cage. Your boobs like sit down, but this kind of sits like underneath, like between the underside of your boob and the top of your, oh my god, this is so much detail, and the top of your rib cage, to like protect the skin basically. And so far, like it has been hot. It got hot quick in Toronto. Like it went from, you know, barely double digits to 30 degrees in about 24 hours. So I have been loving that so far. I haven't tried it out in the sports bra yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to chuck that yet until I figure out if I like this or not, because I haven't even tried it on yet. And then I ordered a skirt from Old Navy. And the skirt is just, you know, like these are everywhere right now. Ooh, I hope this is going to be too big. So this is from Abercrombie, I do believe. Yeah. And these both ship from within Canada. So I'm learning so much about supply chains, and I'm finding them very confusing. Like, I was looking at Jerf Avenue. I haven't ordered anything from them ever, but there are a lot of clothes I would like to order from them. Their warehouse for US shipping is in Canada. So because it's a European brand with a warehouse in Canada, I wouldn't be paying tariffs at all. And then I don't know, like Old Navy and Abercrombie are both American brands, but they both ship from within Canada. So I got an exercise dress, very like the one I have on, but in this adorable red gingham. I'm going to wear this tomorrow. I needed a couple work tops, so I'm slightly nervous about them because they had an XL instead of an XXL only. They didn't make an XXL in them. And then this was an impulse buy, but I'm really excited. Well, actually, none of it was really an impulse buy because I've been creating an Abercrombie cart for months. A yellow jumper. Because the thing about Canada is you always need a sweater, even in the summer for the evenings. Okay, now this is what I want to wear with this skirt. And then, because I saw an outfit with a pair of shoes that I already own on, I can't remember her at, but she documents like style in Madrid, Madrileño style. And I loved, when I was there, I loved the way women in Madrid dressed. It was my favorite city for fashion, so. And then all of this was on sale, so it is a lot. It's a horse sweater. This is so cute. I was an exceptionally poor vlogger today. I got up this morning pretty early, actually. Drank my coffee, started my book. Excuse me. Made my smoothie, showered, did my hair, got ready, etc., etc. It did take about 40 minutes to get to the pet sit. Which will, this is one of the reasons why I stopped doing it, because I have my cat. When I'm pet sitting, I don't bring my pet sits here. So when I'm pet sitting, I have to come home to check on my cat. That will wear on me, but it's one job, a little bit of extra cash, and it'll be like, I don't know, a few days, a while, but it's temporary. I can deal with it. And yeah, so I did that this morning, met them. The dogs are lovely. The cats will tolerate me. The couple's really nice. It'll be a fun neighborhood to experiment with, I think. It's not my house. I won't be vlogging while I'm there. I won't be filming anything while I'm there. Yeah, so you won't see it, but I'm gonna have a good time. And then I wanted to get home in time to have lunch before I met up with the Pi Phi alumni event. Did not. So I stopped at this like random little bakery thing. I think I got a clip. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to Google it and put the text in. And then caught the streetcar. Luckily it was the same streetcar that I needed to get. Like, I hadn't made up my mind yet as to whether or not I was stopping at home. Realized I wasn't gonna have time on the streetcar, just took it to the subway station, got on the subway, and then walked over and made it in perfect time, actually. So that was great. I had a really nice afternoon, wandering around the St. Lawrence Market with the girls, and then we split up. I came home, I finished my book. I ate leftovers and started folding my laundry and started to panic because I couldn't find these pajama bottoms, which led me to realize that I couldn't find my other set of dark colored pajamas, and realized I never got my stuff out of the dryer last night. So just ran down and ran back up from getting my stuff out of the dryer, and here we are, folding laundry. And I have some editing to do. Tomorrow's video isn't done. But that's that. That's today. I just texted my friend to see if we're still going to meet up tomorrow. If she doesn't respond, I might go get paint supplies early in the morning and paint tomorrow. Alright, so it's 3:30 Sunday and I have just now gotten dressed. I woke up around 8, rolled over, or got up, went to the toilet, drank some water, and went back to sleep for 2 more hours. And then I lay in bed and scrolled for an hour, and then I just drank coffee and made my smoothie and drank my smoothie and called my mom, and that has gotten us here. I have made a grocery list. So we're gonna run out. We're going to take my house laundry down, put it on, go do my groceries, come back. Actually, I might go for a walk and then do my groceries on the way back from the walk. And then we will put away my groceries, change the filter and fill the cat's water fountain, and finish cleaning the bathroom. I cleaned the tub and the shower yesterday. Do my ironing and meal prep a tiny bit. I'm gonna take sandwiches for lunch this week, so I'm just gonna make tomorrow's sandwich. And I did do a face mask. I don't do face masks very often, but my skin does feel lovely and like smooth after it. So maybe I should do them more, but I used it up, so don't have that one to do anymore. That's all I have to say. I'm tired. I felt like my brain was moving really slowly, like I couldn't figure out words and stuff. I also had a headache, but I've taken some painkillers, so we should be good to go. I'm still a little out of breath, but I need to get my cold stuff into the fridge and freezer. I did my ideal kind of grocery shopping. I went to a butcher for my meat. I also got burger buns there because they had them instead of going to a bakery, and to a greengrocer's for my fruit and veg. So from the greengrocers, I got cherries, spinach, and potatoes. These were 2 pounds for $4, which is a lot of potatoes. It'll take me a while to get through them, but that's fine. My exception to my local food shop is a very classy bag of wine. I've never had this before, but I struggle with opening a bottle of wine because I find it hard to get through. And then I got 2 apple bacon sausages, which are going to go in the fridge, butter, and then in the freezer I got 4 English style bangers, 2 homemade salmon burgers, and 2 homemade chicken burgers. And that's the grocery haul for this week. I don't need much because I have 1 more portion of poppy seed chicken left over from last week. And then also last week I got 2 good to go bags from Italy, a produce bag and a bakery bag. So I am stocked on bread, and that's why I got the bangers and the chicken burgers, because in my produce bag was coleslaw mix and then this like roasted vegetable kit. So I'm going to do the sausages with the roasted vegetables, and I'm going to add some potatoes to the roasted vegetables. And then I will do the burgers with the coleslaw. So that is the plan for food this week. Sorry about the lighting and the jump scare, but I'm editing this video and I was trying to use the back camera on my phone to film this intro clip, and I had it on the front camera the whole time, so I'm holding the phone away from me, but it's recording on the front camera and I'm looking into the back camera, so you can only see the wall. But the intro was to share that I was, I guess, doing 2 weekends in the Weekend in My Life video rather than 1. And that it was starting on Thursday because it was my long weekend thanks to my compressed work week. And that was all. So, see you later.
Such a hard time choosing because they have so many beautiful different earrings and pieces that look like this. I just loved these. I thought they were like so cute. Chef's kiss, obsessed. I literally can't believe how warm it is right now. Like, it's been so cold. People doing lawn work, parking it out. Like peak heat, like 1:30 in the afternoon, boiling hot. I went for a run this morning, fresh air and daylight, and just like soaking up some vitamins so much with that last manicure that I had, because although I didn't love the color, the manicure was for sure the best one I've ever had, and she just did like such good.
It's just 7:05 and I am done. Apparently I just needed some food and no Teams messages to actually get stuff done. I'm shattered, although very energized by my meal. Again, apparently all I needed was real food. But I do think I'm just gonna flop. I will probably regret that in the morning. If I do something besides flop, I will do my dishes tonight and wipe down the kitchen. But if I do anything else, I will pick up the camera. However, otherwise, I think I'm just going to flop.
Okay, $36 if you want.
Hi, I have been oh my god, my hair's a mess, an awful vlogger today. Like I think I said last night, I had to go out to Guelph for my volunteer job today. And so I got up this morning, got ready, got to Union, took the train and got there at 11:05. And one of the girls that I volunteer with met me, picked me up, and took me to the bank where we had our appointment. We did our business. We got it done. And then she just dropped me back downtown. The Kitchener, if you live in, this is such Toronto talk. If you take the Kitchener line, you know, like beyond, what's that one stop called? Mount Pleasant. If you try to take it beyond Mount Pleasant, you will understand where I'm coming from here. It sucks. It's so infrequent. There's so much demand for it. And I mean, I had a lovely day, so I'm not complaining today. There are other days where I am complaining. But the next train, or the train that I was catching, wasn't until 3. So I was probably back downtown by like 12:30, 12:45. So I immediately needed to find a loo and lunch. So first, I have several favorites in Guelph, and I hit up a few of them today, not all of them, but I don't quite have a list of like my 5 favorite bookstores in Ontario, but I definitely have 2 favorite bookstores in Ontario, and one of them is in Guelph. And I have decided I was on a complete, like, well, not really a complete, but like trying to be on a complete book buying ban because I had nowhere to put them. However, if you watch my bookshelf video, you know I have space. So I've decided I want to try and get the Iron Flame, is that what it's called? Yellow Fourth Wing, Jesus Christ, series by Rebecca Yarros. I read the first 2 books from the library up in Sioux Lookout, so I purchased the 3rd book. I briefly considered purchasing all 3. However, I would like them all to be the same, and they only had Fourth Wing in paperback. They did have Iron Flame in hardcover. However, it was going to be a lot to carry, and that was a lot of money. They're expensive. Books are expensive in Canada. That is one thing that I find significantly more expensive than in other places. I am a mess. And then I also got this book called Tartufo, which is I just read the jacket cover, and it says, after nearly losing the election to a geriatric but wildly popular donkey named Maurizio, newly installed Mayor Delizia Micucci, sorry any Italian viewers I may have, can't help but feel like the sun has finally set on the rural Italian visits of Lazzarini Boscarino. Tourists stop by only to ask for directions. Nonna Amara's cherished ristorante is long shuttered, and the town hall is disgustingly overrun with glee poo. Even postman Duccio has been disgraced. All that's left is Bar Celebrita, a rustic establishment where weary locals gather to quibble over decades-long disputes, submit their poor stomachs to bartender Giuseppina's volcanic espresso, and wonder what will become of the place where together they spent their entire lives. Little do the villagers know that mere miles away in the forest, local truffle hunter Giovanni Scarpazza has just happened upon something that could change everything. Swollen to massive proportions, soaking the atmosphere in its pungent fumes, potentially worth 6 figures in certain international circles, a truffle, un tartufo that is, sits beneath the soil with the power to either be the greatest gift or the foulest curse the village has ever seen. They're not entirely sure, since Giuseppina's psychic was a bit unclear on the matter. Which just charmed me, so I bought a book. I bought 2 books. I already started reading Onyx Storm because I have been wanting to know what happens next after the last book. I do wish I could go back and reread the first 2 books because I don't really remember what happens. And then I got lunch at Megida, which is a local restaurant there, but they are focused on like locally sourced foods, and they sometimes have like wild game and stuff like that. And I'm not certain if it's actually owned by Anishinaabe people, but they definitely like try and have like an indigenous flair to the food. The cat's in the litter box, excuse me. And then I wandered in over next door to a few of the cute stores there. Their names are escaping me at the moment, but I'll put in clips. But I didn't buy anything there. However, on my way back to the train station, I stopped in one of my favorite shoe stores of all time. Every like nice pair of footwear I've ever bought has been from them. It's called If. And it's not like outrageously expensive, but it's definitely like department store prices, if that makes sense. Like you can get a pair of shoes for $100, but you can get a pair of shoes for $400, you know? So I have been needing a pair of cream closed-toe shoes for professional outfits, but I also want them to be cute enough that I will wear them long term. So I've been torn between like cream loafers or white loafers, or like cream or white Cezanne Paula Babies. These are more nude, like a pale nude than cream, but they're not Paula Babies. They're from a Spanish brand. I always have good luck with, oh no, these are Italian, made in Italy, Ateliers. But they're very like the Cezanne Paula Babies, but we don't have a Cezanne store in Toronto, although they occasionally do pop-ups, and if they ever do a pop-up here, catch me at it, because I haven't actually bought anything from Cezanne, but I'm very much their target demographic, but it's a lot of money to just like send to France. And then I got on the train and read Onyx Storm on the way back, and now we're back and it's 6 o'clock and I'm very tired. I have been checking Teams like on and off, looking at comments on documents and stuff like that throughout the day, so not the most day off, but a very pleasant day nonetheless. I'm going to eat my remaining salmon burger, although I'm not hungry yet. I had lunch probably closer to like 2, so I'm just starting to get hungry. And then I'm going to read and try and talk myself into editing so that I don't have to spend all day tomorrow editing and we can do something else. I also think, as I said last night, I was going to use the train time to think. I have been wanting to wait until my car was like sold and the money was in my hands before I bought my sofa. I don't know why, they felt tied together. I'm gonna buy the sofa. I'm gonna put it on my credit card and we will go from there. That is part of it, is I was hoping that I would have the cash from selling my car to pay cash for the couch, I guess, but think life is happening there. We don't need to get into it online. And yeah, that's all. So I might do that tonight. It will be the single largest thing I've ever put on my credit card ever. So that's also why I haven't done it yet, but I'm 99% sure I'm just gonna do it, put down the credit card, get it delivered, and we'll go from there. It won't come until July, so it's not like it's gonna show up next week, so don't get too excited. We're going to chat while I take care of some things because I have spent entirely too long reading. I didn't get any editing done last night. All I did was read on that storm. So far this morning, all I have done is make breakfast, make 11sies because I was so hungry, and read on it storm, and then I bought my couch. I can't believe I'm saying that. I had to call my mother to process, but I did it. I bought my sofa, and I'm very excited about it. It won't come until July, so you won't be seeing it anytime soon. However, kind of soon, like not really soon, because it is mid-June. But that's the largest quantity of funds I have ever put on my credit card, except for car repairs. So, I would rather spend money on a couch than car repairs. So that's that. And I also have placed an Amazon order. I didn't know this was an option. I don't maintain a Prime membership since I moved down here. I did when I was up north because stuff is just so hard to get up north. But I haven't maintained a Prime membership since I moved here. You can get a 1-week Prime membership. So that's what I did. And I ordered a whole assortment of things, but including a cat tree, a TV mount, and some other, I needed, new filters for the cat, the cat stuff here, and some other stuff. But that's kind of everything I need for the apartment, if that makes sense. Obviously, I'm still gonna want rugs. There's still gonna be little decor things I'm going to want. But in terms of needs, I have now purchased everything I'm going to need for this apartment. The bookcases are here. I've purchased the sofa. I've purchased the dining chairs, even though they're at my parents' house still. I don't know. I kind of feel like I've been dreading it. And obviously, I put $1,600 on my credit card today, and I currently have $1,600 to pay off immediately. So I will be paying it off over probably the next couple months. But yeah, I don't know. Everything is purchased that I need. And now I feel like I should just put my credit cards away somewhere and hide them. I guess is what I'm saying. Another thing I purchased is I was going to spray paint these silver frames black, but they had a 10-pack of 8.5 by 11 black frames on Amazon for $40. So I'm just going to replace the silver frames with black frames and sell. these on Facebook Marketplace for like $10 for the 8 of them or whatever, or 9 of them. And I actually need 10 of those frames because I have one thing that's currently not framed. So that's today's update so far. Next, we are going to come down here. Now, as you know, I would like to paint everything in this apartment. However, I have also decided that with the exception of the bathroom, I'm going to wait until the fall and winter to paint. I just don't want to be spending all of my summer weekends inside painting. It's not how I want to spend my first summer in the city. It's just not. And also, I don't have air conditioning and it's going to be hotter than hell. So we're not going to be painting this area anytime soon. So what I've decided to do is we're going to clean. We're going to give it a really good clean. We're going to replace that rug and we're going to go through my shoes. This is the cat tree, I'm 99.9% sure. And we're gonna get into this right now. I'm gonna get some water first. I'm going to be honest, I find this a little embarrassing, but let's do a haul. Oh my god. Some of this stuff was purchased with a gift card, so I'm pretty sure this is part of my gift card order. Careful, those are sharp. Hey, how was your morning? Did you have a nice nap while I went and sweated my... When I was doing my bookshelf, I was thinking a lot about my scrapbooks. As you saw, I couldn't quite figure out what to do with them. But I had a thought for at least one of them. What if I displayed them and we put them and like we rotated through them, or I rotated through them and displayed them under the TV on top of the dresser. So I bought like one of those stands that you can set a book on. Oh, this is smaller than I was expecting. I'll put them like this. And then like that. Okay. Alright. And like I said last night, I just got a 1-week Prime membership, and I've already canceled its renewal because this house is not part of the Jeff Bezos fan club. However, even I can admit that there's a reason why he's been so successful, because there is a reason why. Okay. Cat water filters. A cheapy phone case and an Octo Buddy so that I can stick my phone to places when I want to film. The desiccant for the dry food feeder. Black picture frames to replace the silver ones that I have. And a tilting TV mount so I can hang my TV. Although I will definitely be hiring somebody to do that for sure. Okay. And I could have had some of this stuff delivered yesterday when I placed the order, but they have an option where you can select it to come all in one box, or most of your order to come in one box. And I did that. And I like that that was an option because at least you're reducing packaging. And then this is going to be the cat tree. Oh dear. hope he likes it. And if you think this is cute, you have a cat and you want to buy this, I would highly recommend using a flashlight while you build it to help you be able to see the holes through the different things. And sometimes you have to like hold the fabric out of the way. But other than that, it's pretty easy, just a little time consuming. Also, I'm getting very hungry. And so far today, I haven't actually eaten anything solid. I've had coffee, a smoothie with espresso, and a ton of water. So the smoothie is food, but no solid food yet today. So we will be remedying that after this. And then we will clean up all this packaging and going from there. And then we put the cute parts on. I don't know if I doubt he'll go all the way up to that one, but he might surprise me. You never know. These things are like a little beret. It's so silly. Okay, let's put it in place. What do you think, big guy? I don't know how you always match the floor everywhere we live, but you do.